Been kind of working on a who is and what is Ryan Nall, the latest Dallas Cowboys signee. Mike Fisher reporting from Frisco, home of the Cowboys, where Ryan Nall is a running back by trade, kind of, but I've kind of gone through the conversations with a couple people about what he's been and what he represents here. So running back who's going to carry the ball? No, he's not that. And I've seen some people speculate, oh, he's got a little something there. Nah, not really. You've got Ezekiel Elliott. You've got Tony Pollard. You've got a couple other kids, Jaquan Hardy and Dowdle, also on the roster here. So he's not a running back here. How about a fullback? Well, you still have Nick Ralston from Argyle here, and you still have a kid, and Siwo is still here. I think he spent most of the year on injured reserve. There's two guys who are young fullbacks. So if that's just what you wanted, you already have that. How about a fullback who can play special teams and ends up with the kind of numbers, if he ends up being productive at all, that Tyler Klutz once had as a player here. Tyler Klutz, of course, played a couple years here. If you remember his story, friend of the show, by the way, Tyler Klutz, who now has an office at the Star here in Frisco as he goes off into business. Same dimensions as Nall, 6'2", 248, somewhere around there. Similar background. Nall was not drafted into the NFL. He had to scrap his way into this thing. Tyler Klutz played in the CFL and in some other minor league, and then somehow made his way to the NFL and eventually to Dallas and stuck here for a couple years. Scored one touchdown in his entire NFL career, as I recall. One. So Ryan Nall is going to get the ball on the goal line. No, that's not what they do. Now, Mike McCarthy, head coach of the Cowboys, does like having a fullback if he can play. But here's a fullback who might plug in on a team that could be a little shy when it comes to blocking tight ends, depending on how the draft and the back end of free agency goes. So a fullback who can do a little H-back kind of stuff as a blocker, but most of all as a special teams. In Chicago, Ryan Nall was a core special teamer. 65% of the time when there was a special teams play, he was a participant in it, a special teams snap. So that's his reason for being here. You'll recall that Corey Clement came here on that short-term deal at the end of last year and no longer under contract here. And I think the Cowboys figure, although Corey Clement was certainly a good special teams player, they've got other guys like him. Here's a chance to have a guy kind of like Klutz, and his name is Ryan Nall. And that is the reason, and that is the story. In Frisco with the Cowboys Fish. Out.